What happens when the person who is supposed to protect you completely destroys you? Well, that would have been my mother. And this story that I'm going to tell, I've never really spoke it out loud. I've told my husband pieces of it, but it's time to come out. I'm not sure why this trauma has stuck with me for so long and why this one hurt so bad and why I flash back to this one a lot. Maybe when I speak on it, maybe I will understand some more and get some more insight. So I was about 8 or 9 and I brought home a progress report. It was a Friday and it was a progress report saying, you know, how good you did. Wasn't a grade card, nothing like that. Anyhow, I had an F on there for something. I mean, I absolutely hated school and I was being severely abused at home, so no wonder. She was in one of her psychotic moods, and by psychotic moods, I mean she would stay up for 5 to 7 days, and then she would crash for 3 or 4 days, and she was a damn monster during that time. Everything was different. Her voice, her look, she was just cruel and evil, and nobody wanted to be around her during crash times. When you're 8 or 9, she's your only parent. You really don't have a choice. Anyway, I have to show her and she has to sign it and all this stuff. And this is where it started. She started beating the crap out of me like right away. And I'll tell you why. She kept yelling that her boyfriend's parents, who lived a couple houses behind us, would know about this progress report and they would think that she was a bad mother. The theory behind it. So anyhow, she starts just wailing on me, beating the crap out of me, and something that she commonly did, and I didn't realize how abusive this was. She would get me down. I've told you guys I'm non-compliant. I would fight back, like I would just be difficult. So she always wanted to pin me down. So she would pin me down on the ground. She would get my hands like this, and then she'd put her knees on my hands so I couldn't move. And then she would just knock the shit out of me, side of my face, my body, the side of my body, all that stuff. She loved that. So I couldn't move. She had me in a position. So it starts in the living room, and then it ends up in my room, and she's finding things that she didn't like in there and just beating the crap out of me for them and holding me down and all this stuff. Then we move up to the kitchen because every time I'm punished, I have to do all these chores because that's so logical. While I'm doing whatever punishment chores in the kitchen that I was supposed to be doing, she's still wailing on me and knocking me around. So there was a window by our kitchen sink, and if you looked out of it, you could see my mom's boyfriend's parents' house 2 doors down. So she starts flipping out and she grabs me by the hair and she slams my face into the window. Look at him, tell him that you got an F. Tell him that you got an F. They're going to know that. They're going to think I'm a bad mother, and just smashing my face into the window. While I'm doing these chores in the kitchen, I think it was dishes, she pulls out this brush. She starts beating the shit out of me with this brush, the back of the brush. So, I mean, in the face and the arms, everything. So the next thing you know, we're on the basement steps. So I'm literally on the steps. She's backing me down the step, pushing me down the steps, and I finally fell at the end. And then that was the end of that. I can't remember the ending on what happened. She would just leave and it would be like normal 10 minutes later. So the next day I go to school. I was either in 3rd or 4th grade. And again, I can't sit down in the desk. So then while I'm standing, the kid that was in front of me, and I can't remember, was asking me what was on me. I didn't realize that I had back of the brush bruises all along my face, all over here, all down my arms, all over my body. It was the back of that wiffle brush. She was just beating the shit out of me with it. That's what sparked the teacher to come over, and she was like, this is not normal. Again, children's services get involved. My grandparents get involved. It was a continuous thing. But that was one of my horrible traumas. I don't know why it stuck with me for so long. When I have flashbacks, that's the one that sticks with me. And when I think about her pinning me down like that, she did that to me all the time. That is so sick and demented and evil. And I mean, I was just a little kid. I was an 8, 9-year-old kid. When she would fly into these crazy rages, she would say the worst thing. I fucking hate you. I should have had an abortion. You owe me. And I owed her for life. I owed her till I was 28 and left her. I owed her because she brought me into this world. Financially, mentally, every way. I owed her continuously. It was a transactional relationship. Also remember being extremely shameful and embarrassed because I had these bruises all over me. Somehow it was my fault, and I was embarrassed that the person who's supposed to love me, the only person I got, is beating the shit out of me and not liking me at all, telling me she hates me. There is one of my large traumas that happened in Crestline, Ohio. I'm naming everything. I'm speaking it all out loud because it has no power after you do that. It has no power. And these people never believe. They never thought I'd have a platform at all. They never thought I'd talk about this and nobody would believe me. But yet we're here, and I've collected receipts over the last 42 years. Lots and lots of receipts. So that's why when my book is done, I already have a podcast tour ready to go. I am ready to go. It's all set up. Everything is set up, and there's nothing any of these losers can do about it. My mother is such a con and a gaslighter. To this day, she will tell you, I backed you down some steps. Nothing happened. I backed you down some steps. Same thing, she gaslit me and everyone else into saying that I had a birthmark, but really it's a man's handprint on my inner thigh from being 3 years old. So that's what she does. So you guys like and follow if you want to hear more, and I'm going to keep telling my story, and thank you for listening.